introduce you to my friend. Her name is Fiona. I'm sure you've heard that name before. I think she was named after the girlfriend of Shrek. What do you think? Oh, Fiona is such a good baby. Well, she's a baby hippopotamus, you know. Yeah. She was born at the Cincinnati Zoo, and she was very, very tiny, and they had to take care of her by getting in the water with her and feeding her because her mommy wasn't able to feed her. And she had to have special food because she had to gain weight. But Fiona is much bigger now. She's probably as big as my car. Oh, I don't mean to hurt your feelings. No. You aren't Fiona's car. It's that you eat so much that you're as big as a car. Oh, I don't think I can get out of this one. Well, I'm just going to show you that there's a new book about Fiona, and it's bedtime. And Richard Crombley, well, he's the one that wrote this book, the first one. And there's another one now. This is Fiona at bedtime. So Fiona and I are going to read to you this bedtime story. And I'm going to put her on my lap because I can hold her. She's not too heavy. There you go, Fiona. And we'll turn this, open this. But I wanted to also show you that there's a little tag up in the corner. And it says Z-O-O. That's right, Zoo. And it says Cincinnati Zoo. So you can tell that this is the real book about the real story of Fiona. Tweet, 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 hoo, 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 and hoo, 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 gobble, 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 growl, growl, squawk, squawk, squawk. That's all the noises that you hear at the zoo. Yeah. Howls and roars and squawks and coos. The sun is setting at the zoo, and the critters had a busy day, filled with laughter and fun and play. You were part of that too, weren't you, Fiona? It's so much fun to go to the zoo. But now it's bedtime at the zoo, and it's bedtime for Fiona too. Oh, she's getting heavy-eyed. She's sleepy. Before today's adventure ends, she'll say goodnight to all of her friends. So what we're going to watch you do is go from cage to cage and say goodnight to everybody. Good night, koala. Time to doze with your paws curled up next to your nose, and safe and happy in the trees, snoozing in the evening breeze. I have a koala right here. It's Coco. Coco came to be part of this with Fiona. But look at them all. They all sleep together with their mama. Good night, cheetah, lightning fast. Now it's time to sleep at last. Snuggle up in mama's fur and drift off to the loving purr. And those kitties know their mama's sleeping sound. Good night, tortoise. Hey, where's your head? Oh, tucked inside your shell-shaped bed. It's warm and snug, so settle in and let your reptile dreams begin. Look at all the baby turtles. And look at this huge turtle. This must be the mama. Fiona's looking at them too. Do you see her little eyes? They aren't as sleepy as what they were in the beginning of the book. Good night, sloth. To bed you go, moving very, very slow. Sleepy eyes and big sloth yawn. Sweet dreams till the break of dawn. Look at them all, and they are so slow. They have big claws on their toes. They have 2 claws in each one of their toes. They just hang around. Look, Fiona's looking at them upside down. Good night, flamingos, on your toes. You sleep in such a silly pose. Please make a promise that you will keep. Don't fall down while you're asleep. They only use one leg. Yeah, Fiona's trying to use one leg. I don't think she'd be very good at that. She's too happy to do that. Look at these two. I think they're in love. Good night, otters in a row, hand to hand and toe to toe, drifting and sleeping, rocking and swaying. Together you won't float away. Even in the ocean, I have seen these otters, and they hold on to something, and it is called seaweed. They wrap it around their little paw, and it's like having a string to hold on to during the night. And they hang up on the top of the water, floating, and they're attached by the seaweed at the bottom of the water, and that keeps them from floating out to sea. Fiona was in the water with them too, wasn't she? Look at their little toes sticking up. They're so cute. Good night, meerkats in a heap. It's time for you to go to sleep. Cuddle up and all in a pile. Now dream beneath the starry sky. I have seen these meerkats at the Cincinnati Zoo. They run around. They're sometimes like little doggies. They crawl around through tunnels. They're very active. Good night, giraffes as tall as trees. Time to bend your knobby knees. It's a long way to the ground. Now rest your heads and settle down. Here's a baby giraffe. It is laying all the way down to the ground. I think when they sleep, they bend their knees and they just get down, but I don't know that they put their head all the way down to the ground. I'm not sure. They may just sleep like horses with their eyes shut. They're very interesting animals. They're very beautiful too. Good night, tigers filled with pride. You curl up in the grass to hide. It's time to let out one last roar. Rawr! And then a grumbly, growly snore. Look at the little ones. He's still awake. He's listening to the snoring. It makes Fiona laugh. Do you see her laughing back there? Good night, bear cubs, white as snow. Off to dreamland you will go. Stretch your legs and your backs. Ooh. Okay? And your claws. And rest your heads upon your little paws. Can you imagine how soft these babies are? They're little polar bears. The mama is huge. The babies are so tiny and soft. I'm talking quietly so I don't wake them up. Fiona likes them too. She's smiling. Good night, wolf and sleepy pack. Good night, apes and mama's back. Look at that. This is what you are. You're gorillas. Yes. And you are an orangutan. You get to come to Storytime today too. Good night, wildebeest. And you, there's two. And good night, huddled penguins too. You know, when they get together, they kind of move in a group. And they walk funny. They weeble back and forth. Good night, lizard. No more creeping. Good night, zebra. Standing, sleeping. That's like the horses. I told you, they stand up and they sleep that way. Good night, lion, mane so sleek. Good night, toucan. Rest your beak. He's got it laying down here. Fiona is really laughing at that toucan. She thinks he's a scream. Yawn. Snore. Sigh. Coo, coo. The moon shines down upon the zoo. All good nights have now been said. Fiona, well, time to go to bed. And look who she's sleeping with, Mommy and Daddy. Fiona, you did such a good job staying with us. See if you can wave goodbye to everybody. Let me shut the book, okay? And we'll wave to everyone. And she doesn't do much talking. I think she's kind of pig-like. She might go like that. What do you think, Fiona? Bye-bye.